Now, in previous videos, we saw how to apply CSS, and we saw what the three ways in which we can apply CSS. One is inline, internal, and external way. So, I have explained in detail how to use all the three methods in CSS. Now, in this video, we will see some of the important properties. There are so many properties, CSS properties, that can be applied. So I will tell you some important things and very often used properties, attributes for CSS, and the rest you can always learn when you extensively when you visit the two websites which I have already mentioned, which is w3schools.com and javatpoint.com. So these two are the tutorials which are available for HTML CSS. You got it? So now let us see some important properties. The first one is colors. So color, we have already seen colors, and these are some of the predefined colored names. So you have gray, tomato, orange, slate blue, violet, and then medium sea green, light gray, apart from the usual. So there are about 140 standard color names. If you click on this, you will get a list of various colors that are available. Okay, color predefined color names. So the property that we'll have to use is, you'll have to say style. So this is inline CSS. So style equal to now background color. So if you want to give background color, now the property that is used is background hyphen color. So background hyphen color, and then if you want to use text color, so text color is color colon. So style equal to color colon, the name of the color that you want. So these are the two things that I wanted to tell you as with regard to color. So one is background color. So background color is, this is the property name. Property attribute name is background hyphen color. So in the property names have to be used as it is. You cannot, it has to be given only in lowercase, and there will be a hyphen in between. If there is a hyphen, there has to be a hyphen. And then look at the name of the color. Say Dodger blue. So you will see D is capital, B is capital. So you will have to give it exactly in the same way for the color to be displayed. Okay. So for to give background color, the property that is used is background hyphen color. And if you want to use text color, so for text color it is color colon. Okay. So these are the two things. Now if you want to give any border, and then give a border color. So border is style equal to border colon, border is size of the border, whether you want 2px, 3px, whatever is should be the width of the border. And then when you say solid, so we will see all these things elaborately when we see borders. Okay, but here we are going to see how to give a border color. So again an attribute of color only, but if it is a text color, we will have to use the property color, COLOR. It's not COLOUR, COLOR. And if it is background color, you will have to use background hyphen color. But if it is border color, it goes, the color goes along with the, there is no separate property, but it goes along with the border property. So style equal to border colon, you can just give the name of the border alone. You can just say violet, violet, or Dodger blue, tomato, blue, green, red, yellow, whatever it is. So you will have to, you cannot use color, you will have to use border. So it's one of the values in the border property itself. So that is how you will have to give color. And apart from the color names, we saw that there are only 140 predefined colors. There are only 140 predefined color names, but there are thousands and thousands of colors which can be given using the RGB color or the HSL color or hex values. So these are the three ways in which you can give. Okay, so RGB is, you give three components: R component, G component, and blue component. So R component is red, green, and blue. So red varies from 0 to 255, green varies from 0 to 255, and blue varies from 0 to 255. So you will have a combination of up to 255 into 255 into 255. That is the maximum number of combinations that you can have. So many colors you can have. So if you want to give an RGB color, then you will have to say background hyphen color colon RGB is a function name, followed by three values, numbers. So these numbers, each parameter can vary from 0 to 255. So apart from your various color values, these are the things. So here we have seen how to give a color, text color, how to give background color, and how to give border color. The next is backgrounds. Now background is, you can have background color that we have already seen, and apart from background color, you can also have a background as image. So how to have a background image, that we will see in this. So background color we have already seen, and then here there is another property which is transparency. Transparency is, if it is more transparent, there is the transparency, the property is opacity. So opacity takes value from 0 to 1, any value from 0 to 1. So this is it. So you will see that if the opacity is 0.3, you will see the range varies. If you look at the output for this, you will see this is 0.1, 0.3, 0.6 and 1. 1 is, it is not transparent at all. So 0 means it is transparent. So that is the difference. So if you want to apply transparency, then you will have to use the property opacity colon 0.3. Okay. Then the next is background image. So if you want to give background image, then the property is background hyphen image. So body can be given background image, something like this. So your body can have an image instead of a solid color. So instead of that, what you can do is you can give background image. So background hyphen image is the property, colon. Now how will you give the value? You will have to give the URL or the image name. The source of the image has to be given. The image file can be in any form. It can be a GIF, it can be a PNG, it can be a BMP or JPEG, it can be any of these forms. So you will have to now say background hyphen image colon URL within bracket. You will have to give the name of the image file. So then that is how you will have to give the background image. Okay. So now next is background repeat. If you want a background repeat, let us say, suppose if the image is very small, okay. So you have an image here. So this image has been repeated vertically so many times. So 3 times it has been repeated. So or you can even repeat it vertically or horizontally. So repeating the same image across the page or down, either from left to right or from top to bottom, that is called as image background repeat. Okay. So first you will have to define a background image, and then you can say whether you want to repeat it horizontally or vertically. Let us say, so horizontally means repeat hyphen x. X is horizontal axis and y is the vertical axis. So if you want to repeat the image horizontally, then you will have to say background image colon. First you will have to select the image that you want to display on the background, and then you will have to if you want to repeat it horizontally, then you will have to say background repeat hyphen x, which means you will have to repeat it horizontally. So if you want to repeat, you don't want to repeat, then you will have to stop. If you want to stop repeating, then you will have to say no hyphen repeat. And if you want to repeat from top to bottom, so you can give right top, where in a particular place alone. So let us see this. So you will see that this image is displayed from right top to bottom. Okay. So this is another thing. So you will say, this is background position, sorry, not repeat. This is background position, where you want to place the image. Here if you want to repeat it vertically, then you will have to use repeat y. So if it is repeat X, it will repeat vertical horizontally. If it is repeat Y, it will repeat vertically. Sorry, I think I'm yeah, correct. So now next is no repeat means it will not repeat. And then next is background position. Background position is where exactly you want to place the image. You want to place it right top or right bottom, like that you can place. So these are the three important properties that I wanted to emphasize as with regard to background. So background color, background image, and background repeat. The next is borders. So border we have already seen, but the border that we saw was was not a CSS property. Okay, so that we saw that was not a CSS property. So here we will see the CSS property here. So what the border style, you can have different styles of. So first thing is you can have a simple border like this, or you can have a border with just a bottom border, or you can have a rounded border, or you can have a border which is filled, a single border, left border which is a colored one, a thick one. So you can have all these size. Now all these are you can give any of these borders in Microsoft Word also. So the same thing as I told you earlier, whatever formatting that you can do using Microsoft Word, all those formattings are permitted in HTML CSS. Using CSS you can do. So what types of border style? So border style properties can take any of these values. It can take dotted. You can have a dotted border, dashed border, solid, double, groove. So all these things you will have to keep trying. If you want to know how these borders will be displayed, you will have to keep trying. Just give a paragraph or something like this. Say, see, this is there is a demonstration here. So you have p dotted, dashed. So style, different styles have been applied to a paragraph. Okay, so and then you will see these are the different styles of borders. Okay, so there is a try to yourself thing. So this is a HTML head style. Inside the style tag, these styles are given for the paragraph. Okay, so there is one paragraph here. The paragraph says this property specifies what kind of border to be displayed. And then here you know that we have already seen when there is a dot, it means it is a class name. So p dotted is a name of the class, and then inside that border style is defined. And then another classes, p dot dashed is another class. So the another style is defined. So you have different classes, under each class different styles, border styles are defined. Okay, now you will see a mix. P dot mix is another class where the border style is dotted, dashed, solid, and double. Look at the last one. So it is a mixture of everything. So you have dotted border, you have dashed border, and you have solid border, and then you have a double border also. Double border is double line, two lines. So a mixture of all sides, all four sides are different borders. So you can have, and then the paragraph, there is one paragraph, and this paragraph uses there are so many paragraphs, and the first paragraph does not use any style. It's a simple text, whereas all other paragraphs use each one of the classes that are defined above. Okay, this is again internal CSS, an example of internal CSS. Okay, so and then next is you can have different border styles, and then border width. Border width is 5px. You can vary this to get the thickness of the border. And then you can have border color. So border color colon red. So you can have border style and then border color colon red. Or you can even have initially we saw we can just give one single attribute, which is border, colon, you can give the size, you can give the width, you can give the style, and also you can give the color. we have also seen the simple border property also. So separately if you want to give, you can give border style, border color separately also. And then border sides, individual sides. So you want border top style to be dotted, border right style, border bottom style, border left style. So anyways, these are some of the border attributes that you should know. Then you can give margins. Okay, so margins are, you can have margin, top margin, right margin, bottom and left, and you can specify it. So it can, I told you px is one unit. Apart from that, you have so many other units. Pt stands for point, cm stands for centimeter, like that. In stands for inches. So these are all some of the unit of measurements that is used here. So normally it will be px. Okay, so here you can give margin top. So for a paragraph, you can give a margin top like this. So look at this. You have this is a div we have already seen. Okay, so div and span, we have already seen these tags. So this is a div element. So inside div there is some text which is written here, and the property styles for div is defined as an internal CSS. So border is defined as 1px solid black, and then solid is the this is what I was telling. So see, you have three properties. The first one is border width. Okay, border width property. The second one is border style property, and the third one is border color property. So separately also you can give. See here, if you want to, instead you can give all the three together in one attribute called border. Being a border colon 1px solid black separated by space, அப்படியும் கொடுக்கலாம். Or you can say border colon width. Okay, border hyphen width colon 1px semicolon border hyphen style colon solid, and then border hyphen color black. Separately also you can give these three properties, or these three values can be given under one single attribute which is called as border. Okay, then margin top, margin right, left, etc., and then background color is given. So this is given for the div. Okay, so this is how you'll have to give the margin. Then next is, now you want a margin collapse. Margin collapses, you don't want any you don't want any margin. You don't want any margin, then you will have to use this. But anyways, we may not be using it often, so let us leave this. We will go to CSS padding. Padding also we have seen, we can give padding means spaces. So you can give padding top is to give space on top of the, suppose you want to give padding for the heading, then you can give padding top means so much space on top from the top top end of the window, and then top padding right is right the distance between the space, give so much amount of space between the right edge of your window and the heading, and padding bottom, padding left. So these are some of the attributes you can give spaces. So if you look at this, so you are giving the padding for the div. So the div is one which occupies across the window. This we have already seen, and some styles are defined, and then some padding is given. So you have the text within the within this div, and then so much space is given from the top, from the left, from the bottom, and from the right. Okay, so you want to define a place in your website, and then inside that you want to give some text, and then there you want to you can give some color. So for that you will have to make use of this div element, and then you can space it wherever, so much space on top, bottom, right, left, you can give using this padding. The next is height and width. This we have already seen. Height and width we have seen these properties with the image. Okay, so image, you can, if you want to give image, or you can also give, you can define the div element and then you can say the height and width of this div element. So mostly we use it for div and we can also use it for image, and you give the height and width in terms of the pixels. Okay, and then you can give CSS fonts. So font families, these are some of the font families that you have: serif, sans serif, monospace, cursive and fantasy. So you know these are different types of fonts. So you can first select. So under serif you have these three types of fonts. Under serif you have Times New Roman, Georgia, Garamond. Sans serif you have Arial, Verdana, Helvetica, and then monospaces Lucida, Console, Monaca, and then Courier New. So you have cursive, Lucida handwriting, fantasy is copperplate. So these are some of the font family, and under each family you have some of the font names which has been supported. So if you want to use the a particular font family, then you will have to say font hyphen family property. So let us say here you have three classes: class P1, class P2, class P3, which is defined. So each class has got different styles. So the first one, P1, under P1 font family colon Times New Roman comma Times comma serif. So and then here look at this, Times New Roman comes under, so Times New Roman comes under the general font family which is serif. Okay, and then here Arial help. So we'll look at the output of this. Okay, so so this is the first one is displayed. The first the first paragraph uses class P1. This is a paragraph shown in Times New Roman. The second class shows in Arial font, the first font, and the third one shows in Lucida Console. So Lucida Console. So it says this is, so you have three different fonts. So at the end, no, the first two is, you can either give Times New Roman or Times. Okay, and but the last one is serif. It is, this is the font family property. You can either choose, the first two are Arial, Helvetica. They too belong to, you will see Arial, Helvetica, they belong to sans serif. So the last one you will have to give the font family also. So you will have to say font hyphen family colon, the first is name of the font. So these are the different ways in which you can give. Either you can, the first one, the first font in quotes, or you can just say Times. You don't have to say Times New Roman, you can just say Times without quotes also, and then comma, you will have to give the font family. So Times New Roman belongs to the family serif. Then in the next example you have font hyphen family colon, you will have Arial and Helvetica, both you can give without quotes, and both these fonts styles belong to the family sans serif. And the third one is font family, and you can give both within quotes. Okay, these are different types, different ways in which you can give font, but the only way, the common which is in all the three is, you will have to say, use the property font hyphen family, and then colon, you will have to give the name of the font, comma, and the family to which it belongs. So you should know all this. You should know what are all the names of the font families, and then what are all the font styles that belong to each family. So you will have to use a font family and the font name first, and then the font family. Okay, so then you can have font style. Now font style is normal, italic and oblique. So normal is the normal thing. So let us see an example for this. This is a normal thing, and this is italic, and oblique is even more it is, there is very slight difference between italic and oblique. Okay, then So you can give three for font styles. One is normal, italic and oblique. Font weight, again you can give normal or bold. Then you can give font variant, which is normal or small caps. Okay, these are some of the or you can even all lowercase letters converted into uppercase letters are called as small caps. Okay, so these are some of the font styles that you can give. You can give italic, which is font style, then oblique or font weight is bold, and then font variant is small caps. So these are some of the font styles that you can give. And font size, we know it is the size which is given in pixel, colon, so many pixels. So these are some of the CSS general formatting styles. We will see the rest in the next video.